Now, we are discussing here about the universe, or properly we can call, that is in Sanskrit literature we are saying that as Vishwadjnana or Brahmadjnana. You may say this is spiritual lecture. Answer is no, this is not spiritual lecture, but something with science plus some part of spirituality. Let us go first by scientific view. The first thing is that what is this universe? It is consisting of various objects. If you observe from daytime sky, you can observe only few astral bodies. Say for example, you can observe sun, obviously, then sometimes moon, then clouds are there, but clouds are part of Earth's atmosphere only. Apart from sun and moon, we can able to observe only one astral body, that is the planet Venus, during daytime. But for that purpose, one must be expert in finding out location exact of Venus, particularly during sunset time and presence of sun. One can observe Venus practically, and there are certain situations, in that situation one can observe Venus or Mercury on sun. That is, they are just giving eclipse, like moon is coming in front of sun, like that these planets are also coming in front of sun at that time. But otherwise we are not able to observe with our normal eyes any astral body during daytime apart from this. Obviously one supernova was there. This is another object, we are going to discuss that also. So that supernova was there, that was visible during daytime, somewhere 2000 years ago. Exact year you have to find, but that was visible. So like that, certain astral bodies are visible during daytime, but at night time, because of absence of sun in the sky, or we are just looking at another side of space where sun is not there, at that time we can observe various bodies. We are calling simply them as stars, and for detailed knowledge some are planets. But there are variety of stars and variety of planets also. Say for example, the Mercury, the first planet in solar system, that is solid in state without atmosphere or very rare atmosphere. Second planet Venus is having dense clouds around it, dense atmosphere, but surface area is there. That means solid state planet, yes. Third planet obviously on which we are living, that is Earth. The fourth, that is Mars. I am coming from sun. So fourth planet, that is Mars. Then there is asteroid belt or small dwarf planets, maybe wandering here and there, reason we will discuss later, but they are there. Then Jupiter, then Saturn, a beautiful planet, blue colored. Now till Mars, that means from Mercury to Mars, planets are having solid surface area, solid surface, that means they are in solid state also. Don't tell me that Earth is having water, so Earth is in liquid state. No, but part of Earth is in solid state. I am not saying entire Earth is in solid state. If you are moving inside the Earth, then theory is that inside Earth there is liquid, and again core of Earth is solid, but we will discuss it later on. Now second, in case of Jupiter and Saturn, we are not sure that any solid mass is there or not. Keep in mind, I am not saying it is not there and I am not saying it is there. They are having very dense atmosphere. Usually we refer Jupiter onwards, the planet, that is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These planets are in gaseous state. But we are not having full guarantee that there is gaseous state. but still Jupiter may have very strong solid core as we are expecting out, because Jupiter is having very strong magnetic field. Now Pluto, it was considered as planet, but now it is not considered as planet, it is now considered as dwarf planet. Why, we will discuss later on. This is just introduction I am giving. And so these planets are there. Now these planets are having their satellites. Say for example, Jupiter is having 4 satellites. They are visible from Earth with ordinary telescope. But still we are discovering out various satellites of Jupiter. Somewhere 16 is number, but still we are getting new satellites for Jupiter also. Beyond Pluto, there may be planet, I don't know. That means around, that is revolving around Sun. But practically because of very less light, sunlight is not reaching to proper state because it is very far away. We are not able to get 100% present till date. Now whatever we have knowledge, we are discussing out. So accordingly these planets are there. Then beyond that, whatever the bodies are there, we are considering usually them as stars. For example, Alpha Centauri is the nearest star for our Sun. Keep in mind, for Earth nearest star is Sun, but for Sun this nearest star is Alpha Centauri. Then other stars are also there. Now during night time, whatever we are observing stars, they are all not stars. Some of them are different objects also, like galaxies one can observe. Then certain part we are calling as nebula, plural nebulae. Like that, various things we are able to observe. And what is the most important thing? That space. Whatever their stars are there, they are in the space. So whatever dark part you are able to observe, that is the space. What is the space? We are calling that till date as infinite. Now we are going to just check out whatever the objects are present. Now all stars are not having equal status. Some stars are in beginning of their life. Some are mature stars. Some are quite old stars. And some are exhausted stars. For example, what we are calling nebula, or usually supernova. That supernova is actually super and nova. Nova means new one. Super means very, very new one. But it is not actually new one. It is dead star. But suddenly we can observe this blast, and that observation we are calling as supernova. Anyway, so these types of various objects are present in the universe, and we want to explore this universe. Now let us check out how we are going to explore. And for that purpose, I must have knowledge from various fields, because I want to explain you all this beauty of universe. And for that purpose, we want to get definite knowledge. So certain schematically, certain scheme we have to follow to get knowledge. So we are dividing knowledge into various branches. The first branch, obviously, in order to get this knowledge of universe and space, that first essential branch for this we are going to discuss, that is physics. Many people are not liking out physics, but believe me, with our this simplest explanation, you will get fantastic concepts and fantastic ideas about physics fundamentally. Higher level, you have to gain your own knowledge after that. But basics, I am going to explain you in terms of physics. Obviously, physics is followed by chemistry, because in order to get whatever is there in universe, our knowledge must be there, enriched with chemistry also. Certain part of physics and chemistry is debatable. That where this topic, say for example, nuclear part, a part of nucleus is there in chemistry, and part of nuclear science is there in physics also. Then we have to go by biology also, because ultimate our aim that we are searching out life on other planets also. So first we have to find out what is the mode of life, or which are the mode of life on earth. So we have to get knowledge of biology also. Then parts of geography, geology, like that. So we are exploring here variety of fields, and obviously for that purpose we require mathematical knowledge also. So here we are going to discuss all these step by step.